Alright, good evening students. Uh, Let me do one more today about revaluation account and then how to prepare a new balance sheet by using the old balance sheet given in the question plus the changes that were done because of the revaluation account. You see, assets and liabilities change in value because of revaluation. So that's why you will require to prepare a new balance sheet. This new balance sheet will have new assets and new liabilities. Their values would be the assets and liabilities will be the same as in the old balance sheet, but their values will change. That's all. In other words, first we will have to prepare the revaluation account. So as an example, see on page number 125 of your textbook, page 125, question number 9. It's about Hardik and Alpesh are two partners in a partnership firm. Their sharing ratio is 5:3 and they want to change it to 3:2. Okay, just keep your textbook open to page 125 and read this question with me. Therefore, they decided to change their ratio and reevaluate their assets and liabilities, and the balance sheet of Hardik and Alpesh on 31/3/2017 is given as follows. The liabilities and asset sides are given, and then on the next page, that is on page 126, there are 7 different adjustments. Now based on these adjustments, we want to prepare the revaluation account first. So see what I have written here. Hardik and Alpesh is the revaluation account. Okay, debit side, credit side, revaluation account of the partnership firm of Hardik and Alpesh. Particulars amount. Now the first one says land and building value is to be increased by 25%. Now if you see in the balance sheet, the value of land and building is 2 lakhs. 25% of 2 lakhs is 50,000 rupees. So land and building account has increased, asset has increased. So I write it here. Land building account is an asset, its value has increased. Since its value has increased by 50,000, I write 50,000 here. Then the second one says, the second adjustment says furniture value is to be decreased up to 90%. Up to 90%, that means the actual decrease is only 10%. That means the value of furniture is decreased by 10%. Now in the balance sheet, furniture is given as 40,000. 10% of 40,000 is 4,000. So the value of furniture has decreased. Furniture has decreased, not increased, remember, by 4,000. So furniture account, here you can write by and here you can write to. Okay, I'm not going to write it every time now. Okay, to, this is 4,000 rupees, right? So this has decreased by 4,000, this has increased. The third adjustment says market value of machinery is 72,000. Now in the balance sheet, machinery is given as 80,000. Its market value is 72,000. That means its value has decreased by 8,000. So I write to machinery account. To machinery account, it has decreased by 8,000. So I write 8,000 here. Then the fourth adjustment says book value of closing stock is 10,000. Sorry, less than its market value. That means its market value is 10,000 more. Book value is less, but its market value is 10,000 more. That means stock has gone up. So I write here by stock account because its value has increased. Remember, stock is also an asset. By stock account, 10,000. Its value has increased by 10,000. This is a vitally important one. Its market value has gone up. So we write its market value. To keep, then the fifth adjustment, to keep total bad debt reserve at 3,600 on debtors. Now you see in the balance sheet, debtors is given. Debtors is given as 30,000 and bad debt reserve is 1,500. Bad debt reserve is 1,500. That means bad debt reserve is 1,500, but we want to keep it up to 3,600. So if I minus it, I get 2,100. In other words, we have to increase the bad debt reserve to 3,600. In order to do that, bad debt reserve will increase by 2,100. So I write here to bad debt reserve account. How much? 2,100. Once again, you want to increase it to 3,600. It is already 1,500. Sorry, to increase it to 3,600, you will have to increase it by 2,100. So bad debt reserve has increased by 2,100. Then the next adjustment says creditors of 5,000 out of the total creditors are not to be paid. So it's a good thing for the company because 5,000 creditors will not be paid. So creditors account by creditors. Remember, creditors we are supposed to pay them, but we are not going to pay them because there is an agreement of 5,000 rupees that they will not be paid. So this is this will increase the profit. So by creditors account, if creditors had increased, then we would have written it to the debit side. So that was number 6. And number 7th adjustment says unrecorded interest on bank overdraft is 4,500. Bank overdraft, interest on bank overdraft, liability to outstanding interest on bank overdraft. Bank overdraft. What is it? 4,500. Outstanding interest on bank overdraft 4,500. All the adjustments we have taken into consideration and the required changes, increase or decrease. Increase on the credit side, decrease on this side. Now we do the total. Alright, see how I am doing it. Total here, write the total here after making all the entries. Check the total here, 50,000, 60,000, 65,000. This side it is 65,000. Alright, check here, 8 and 4, 12, 12,000, 12,000 and 4, 16,000, 17, 18,600, 18,600. Okay, once again, 4,000, 8 and 4, 12,000, 13, 14 and 4, 18,600. Now check the difference between these two. Okay, 18,600, obviously this is more, 65,000 here, 65,000. This also should be 65,000. Now which one is more? Credit side. If credit side is more, that means credit balance we write on the debit side, that is profit. Okay, so we write here profit. And if you look in the balance sheet, current account is there. Okay, not capital account is also there in the balance sheet, and current account is also given. So when current account is given, it is transferred to partner's current account, to partner's current account. Okay, in which ratio? In the old ratio, not the new ratio. Old ratio is 5:3. So in the ratio of 5:3, and therefore Hardik will get something. We'll just find out. Hardik and Alpesh will also get his share. Now we'll find out. But how much? First of all, subtract it. Okay, so this will be 400. Okay, 64 minus this will be 46. 40, 50, 58, 64, yes, 46,400. Okay, so 46,400. Now 46,400 is distributed between this in the ratio of 5:3. 5 plus 3, 8. So 5 upon 8 into 46,400. Look at my calculations. 5 out of 8. 5 upon 8 of 46,400. Okay, let's calculate and find out. 8 5s are 40. 6 left, 64. 8 8s are 64. 5,800. So who gets 5,800? Hardik gets 5,800. Okay. There is 46,400, can't be 5,800. 5,800 into 5. Okay, 5 zeros are 5 8s are 40. 5 4s are 24. So this is 24,000. Sorry, 24,000. Okay. Now 46,400 minus 24,000. That is 22,400. So 22,400. So that makes 46,400. Okay, just be a little bit careful while doing this. 5 upon 8, 3 upon 8. Calculate once, subtract it from the total. Alright, once again, we have got how many adjustments out here? We have got 7 adjustments. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Whatever increases you write on the credit side, whatever decreases you write on the debit side. Okay, then find out the credit balance and debit balance. If the credit balance is more, then you got profit. If debit balance is more, the same thing is written on this side, because then you write, instead of profit you write loss out here. Okay, so we have got this now. In other words, assets and liabilities have changed by this amount. So when we prepare the new balance sheet now, okay, we are going to take this into consideration. So let's see now the new balance sheet based on this one. Okay, so balance sheet of Hardik and Alpesh. I'm not writing the full title. Balance sheet of Hardik, of the partnership firm of Hardik and Alpesh as on 31/3/2017. Okay, after you written the title, we prepare the balance sheet. Okay, this is your amount. On this side, of course, we have got liabilities. Okay, this is your debit side, and here we have got assets, and here also amount, and this is your credit side. Actually, in a balance sheet there is no debit side and credit side, but this is just for reference, because remember, balance sheet is a statement of accounts. It is not really an account, so you don't really have a debit side and credit side, but we write it for the sake of simplicity only. All right, now we go to the old balance sheet. Okay, if you look at the old balance sheet in the question, there is land and building out here first, so we write land, building. Okay, then there is machinery. Look at the old balance sheet. Just write the same thing first. Furniture and investment. There is furniture. There is investment. Okay. Then there is closing stock. There is closing stock. Then there is debtors. After debtors, we have got bills receivable. Okay, bills receivable. Then income receivable, and then cash balance. We got cash balance. All right, and then we get our total. Remember, we are making balance sheet, so it must be balanced even after the new additions. All right, and on the liability side, we have got capital accounts. Okay, of Hardik and Alpesh, of Hardik, Alpesh, as it is shown, the total, and then current accounts. Current account also of Hardik and Alpesh. Okay, the total, and then creditors. After creditors, bank overdraft, and then outstanding expenses. Now, what have I done so far? What I have done is, I have looked into the question, seen the old balance sheet, and written out the whatever assets and liabilities are. I have not written their values, because there is going to be change in the values. These values are not going to, in some cases the values will be the same, because only 7 different values have changed. Alright, now we'll see. Land and building was 2 lakhs, okay, and it increased by 50,000. Okay, so it increased by 50,000. If you look at the land and building value, used to be increased by 25%. So 2,50,000. So its value is now 2,50,000. Okay, then machinery, the second was furniture value is to be decreased by 10%. That means its value of furniture was given as 40,000. Okay, furniture was given as 40,000 minus, this is 40,000 minus 4,000, 10% decrease, and therefore here we will write 36,000. Okay, investment 60,000. There is no change in investment. Okay, there is no change in investment, so we keep investment as it is, 60,000. No change in investment. Machinery is 80,000, but in the case of machinery, market value is 72,000. So we are going to write 72,000 machinery. It has decreased by 8,000. Market value is now 72,000. Then after that, investment and closing stock. Okay, closing stock, here it is given as 45,000. Was there anything given about? Yes, it is. Market value of closing stock was 10%. Market value was more. So 45,000 plus 10,000. Okay, we'll get 55,000. 55,000 closing stock. Debtors was 30,000. Okay, and the bad debt reserve was increased to 3,600. Okay, 30,000 minus 3,600, so you get 26,400. Okay, 26 plus 3, 29, 30,000. Yes, this is the new bad debt reserve 3,000, which was recalculated. Then bills receivable. Is there any change in bills receivable? No. Okay. Yes. So bills receivable 15,000 as it is. There is no change in bills receivable. And then income receivable is 5,000. Again, there is no change in income receivable. Let's just make sure. Unrecorded interest on creditors amounted to, yes, there is no other change in that. Then cash balance 1,10,000. 1,10,000. There is no change in that. Now capital accounts, of course, there is no change. 1,10,000 and 90,000. Okay, these two no change, and the total is 2 lakhs. There is no change in the capital. But whatever we done, you see, revaluation account. In the revaluation account, the profit was transferred to the current account, because in the old balance sheet, current account is given. How much was transferred? 24,000 to Hardik's account. So Hardik, you can see Hardik's current account says 155. 155 plus 24, 1,79,000. So Hardik 1,79,000, and 22,400 is transferred to Alpesh's account. So 1,22,400 transferred to Alpesh's account, and there the total now will be 3,01,000. Okay, so 400. This is, yes, 3,01,400. Now let us see creditors. Okay, the next was here creditors 35,000, but 5,000 was not to be paid. Here you can see 5,000 creditors not to be paid. So creditors 30,000, 35,000 minus 5,000, and therefore this will be only creditors 30,000 only. Entry will be of 30,000. Bank overdraft 90,000. Bank overdraft 90,000 plus outstanding interest on bank overdraft was 4,500. So if you add it, 94,500. And outstanding expenses is 3,500. There is no change in outstanding expenses. 3,500. Unrecorded interest on bank overdraft you've taken into consideration, creditors and everything else. Okay, now you can see the balance sheet is ready. So we should be able to get total on both the sides. Now let us see the total here. Okay, now if I check this total here, 2,50,000 plus 72,000. Okay, that is 2 lakh, 3 lakh and 32. 2,50,000 plus 1,08,000, 1,08,000, 60 and 1,05,000, 1,05,000, I better make this proper, because you see totaling without the calculator 72,000, then 96,000, then 55,000, 26,400, 15 and 5, 20,000, 1,30,000, 1,30,000. Now let's get this correct. 400. Okay, 6, 7, 8, 8, 14, 14 and 5, 19. 6 and 7, 13, 30, 22, 27 into 29 and 3, 32. 3 and 2, 5 and 1, 6. 6 lakh. So the total here is 6,29,400. Okay. Now we should get the same total out here. 6,29,400. Now let us see here. 2 lakhs plus 3 lakhs. 5 lakhs. Okay. So that is 5,01,400. Okay. 30 plus 30,000, 33,500, 33,500, and 94,500, 94,500. 0, 0, 14, 4 and 3, 7, 8, 9, 9, 9 and 3, 12, 5 and 1, 6. 6,29,400, 6,29,400. Now you can see the balance sheet has been completed, it has been balanced. Once again, just to check what we did, we were given a partnership form of Hardik and Alpesh, okay, and their old balance sheet was given in the question, and 6 or 7 different adjustments were given at the bottom. What we had to do is we had to prepare a revaluation account and then a new balance sheet. So first of all, from the adjustments and keeping an eye on the old balance sheet, we prepared the revaluation account, particulars amount, particulars amount. Okay, what we did here was, if the assets increases on this side, if it decreases on this side, if liability decreases here, if liability increases here, all the 6 adjustments. And after that, we have to calculate credit side is more or debit side. If credit side is more, then profit. If debit side is more, then loss. But we transfer it to partner's capital account or current account. In the balance sheet, it is given as capital as well as current account, so we transfer it to current account. Okay, so we transferred it in the ratio of 5:3, the old ratio. 46,400 is the profit. It is transferred to partner's current account in the ratio 5:3, the old profit sharing ratio. This amount is added to the balance sheet's current account total. Okay, then we prepared the balance sheet. How did we prepare the balance sheet? In the same way just as before. First, we write down all the assets as it is in the old balance sheet. We write down all the liabilities as it is in the old balance sheet, and then keep changing the values. Wherever the value has changed, we change the value and write it. For example, land had increased. Okay, machinery had decreased. So whatever increase or decrease is there, we take into consideration, write it, and you will get your new balance sheet. All right. So once again, just make sure you read this. Okay, this one is given on page number 125, question number 9. Okay, this is Hardik and Alpesh's question number 9 on page 125. Make sure you go through it once again. Try to do it yourself. It's not so difficult because you already have an idea of how to prepare balance sheet. All right, that should be enough for today.